What's up, guys? My name is Captain Dave and welcome back to the Captain's Quarters, the video in which I go through and answer all your questions and comments from last week's video. And as always, to start off, a few announcements and stuff that I want to mention before we get into all the question answering bonanza. And that is, I'm not exactly a man for milestones. I don't really care how many videos uploaded or how many subscribers I have or have had. But I thought I would mention that over this past weekend, I have actually managed to hit the 10,000 subscriber milestone. And I just wanted to say a big thank you to you guys. Not mean to sound one of those cheesy guys that goes, "It's all about you." But it's true, it is. I wouldn't have 10,000 subscribers unless I had 10,000 of you guys sitting there watching my videos and liking all the things I do. So I just thought I'd say, just take this moment to say thank you very much. I hope you enjoy everything I'm doing right now, and I hope you enjoy everything there is to come, because I've got to tell you, I love all of it. Everything from recording the videos to editing it to uploading it and to seeing your comments that you leave and what you think of the episode that just happened, and when you laugh at bits that I laughed at or got angry at bits that I got angry about, or even if you disagree with the stuff I say. I just like the interaction. I like seeing your thoughts and feelings, and I like seeing you guys experience the same stuff I experienced during the game, and I like to see it. And the fact that there's now 10,000 of you experiencing that with me, it just makes me very happy. A milestone I never thought I'd ever reach. I mean, back when I only had 170 subscribers and I'd get like one subscriber every 2 months. I mean, past Dave never exactly thought he was going to get to this point, but hell, I was happy back when I only had 1,000 subscribers. So anything on top of that, I mean, it's icing on the cake. The more, the merrier, is what I say. But yeah, I just want to take this moment to say thank you very much, guys, especially all you guys who've stuck with me ever since the very beginning and some of my early walkthroughs. And that's not to neglect you guys who are new here. I mean, you guys are just as important as those old ones. But for all you who watch all my videos, drop a like, and those who comment, or even those who just watch in silence, like more of a passive user, just wanted to say a thank you to all of you guys. I mean, wouldn't be where I am now if it wasn't for you guys watching this stuff. So thank you very much. And with that being said, it is time to get a rolling with the question and answering, because I have been lazy again and haven't done a Captain's Quarters last week. Well, I say I've been lazy. I haven't been lazy. I've actually been busting my hump recording a hell of a lot of Mass Effect 3. I mean, if you thought the walkthrough for Mass Effect 2 went on for a long time, I think Mass Effect 3 is actually going to beat that. I mean, as of right now, as of recording this, I mean, I think you're up to part 14, I think, which means probably by the time this comes up, you'll probably be up to part 15. Well, I have just finished recording. Oh god, I don't even know what part that would be. No idea. All I know is I'm about 5 or 6, possibly 7 missions away from the end of the game. That's where I'm at right now with recording. I mean, I'm on to doing all the DLC and all that sort of stuff at the moment. So I'm quite a way through it. 30, 35, probably approaching nearly like 40 hours at the moment. Who knows? But there's a lot of stuff to come. So yeah, so that's one of the reasons why I didn't have a Captain's Quarters last week. So we've got a lot of catching up to do, so let's try and bust a move through this and get through this one as quick as possible. Right, so I'm going to skip all the things because a lot of you guys are answering questions from stuff I answered last week about uploading Mass Effect, so I don't need to answer them. First one from Seth Hampton said, "Sorry I haven't been commenting. I have been grounded. Are the joys of childhood. Anyway, have you seen the Wolverine movie that just came out?" And I have, and it was awesome. Oh, well, mate, it's alright, don't worry about commenting. You've been grounded, you've been grounded. We've all been there at some point in our lives. Yes, I have seen the Wolverine movie, and yes, I really much enjoyed it. I know a lot of people hated Wolverine Origins, and I'm not going to lie, it wasn't exactly the best X-Men film ever, but I enjoyed it. I've watched it several times since buying it as well on DVD. I've watched it in the cinema, I watched it on DVD. I think it's a good film. I don't see why everyone bangs on about it. I mean, yeah, if you were to compare it to the comics, then Wolverine Origins, yeah, it was quite awful. But as a film, as a Wolverine story, no, I quite enjoyed it. But no, the new one, the Wolverine, yeah, I thought it was a good film. I thought it was slow in some points, but it had to be honest. It was part of telling the story, so it needed to be. But no, I thought it was a very good film. I did enjoy it. Satineria said, "Missed you, Dave." I missed you too. And incidentally, you've got a Wolverine picture as your icon, so that kind of leads on nicely from the last question. Alexander said, doesn't matter to me, I'd rather see some more Origins more than Mass Effect, but it doesn't matter. Yes, well, with regards to Batman Origins, actually, as I just said, I'm very, very close to finishing Mass Effect, so as soon as I finish Mass Effect, I will start the recording of Batman Arkham Origins. So, the odds are, I will probably start recording Arkham Origins, finish recording Arkham Origins, and get it all uploaded before the Mass Effect series finishes. So, don't worry, the sooner I finish recording this Mass Effect, the sooner you're going to have some Arkham Origins. Alexander also asked, do I have GTA 5 for the Xbox or the PS3? If PS3 want to join my YouTube homeboys crew. I have it on Xbox, I'm afraid. I bought it on Xbox just because the majority of my friends in real life have Xbox. Some of my friends have PS3, but they never play, so when I got the Xbox, I added a load of people I met at college, and so I tend to buy a lot of my multiplayer games for Xbox now. Alexander said, thanks man, the food poison only lasted 24 hours and I'm back to full health. Thanks for the well wishes. Incidentally, and I'm glad you're feeling better, but incidentally, I actually came down quite ill last week. That's another reason why I didn't do Captain's Quarters. My girlfriend had a virus that she had her in quite a lot of pain for about a week, and then obviously the day before I was due to go to work, I swear to God, it's a true story. The day before I was due to go back to work, I came down with the same bug. Literally in a matter of hours, I had my head over the toilet. But did not throw up. Stomach of steel, what can I say? Captain Dave does not throw up, he is a man. But yeah, 24 hours it was out of my system as well. But yeah, it was a nasty bug going around. Sergey Banasiri said we want Mass Effect 3 and we want Dave Shepard and those famous Dave punches. Oh man, in Mass Effect 3 there are so many Shepard punches. I swear I don't think I've ever said it as much as I ever have in this game. Croaky Lavaguana also said that they want to see some Falcon punches. Yep, trust me, many of them to come. Donny Hunt said, Dave, do you think the Avengers should have a video game based off the film, and if so, how would you have wanted the gameplay to be, like Ultimate Alliance style? If they did make an Avengers game, Ultimate Alliance style would actually be very good, because obviously you've got more than 4 characters. Well, I was going to list them, you know who's in the Avengers. There's more than 4 characters, I think. Especially if you wanted to add in some extras, like Nick Fury, or maybe even, what's it called? Maria. Why can't I remember her full name? I can't remember her full name now. Damn, I actually can't remember it. But you know who I'm talking about. Maria. I forget her last name. Second to Nick Fury. And hell, why am I throwing Agent Coulson as well, just for the fun of it? But yeah, I think having an Ultimate Alliance style, even if it was like Ultimate Alliance but just 2 instead of 4. I mean, either way, any combo of that I think would be good. But yeah, I think if they made an Avengers game, I think they'd need to put some work into it. I mean, like they do with the Amazing Spider-Man games. For a movie-based game, I think they're actually quite decent. And yes, I will be doing Amazing Spider-Man 2 walkthrough when that game comes out. But yeah, I would play an Alliance game as long as they actually an Avengers game, as long as they put a bit of work into it and made it as good as something like Ultimate Alliance. Then yeah, I'll definitely play that. Rob White said, yeah, the Rapids, Dave. Oh, good times. They really were, mate. They really were. We need to get on that again sometime. Mew Nom said, I love Spider-Man 2, but why Doctor Strange and not Constantine? Oh, was this about my I can't remember what question this was about. By the way, have you seen the Constantine movie? Yes, I have seen Constantine movie. Kind of odd. Kind of a weird role. I think Keanu Reeves kind of fit it well. He has that self-loathing attitude to him, I guess. But I don't know. Yeah, it was an alright film. I've only really watched it the once, I think. And I know Constantine, kind of like an anti-hero, but he's a badass. What do you think? Yeah, he's alright. He's one of those more popular sort of people now. The hero that isn't all Jack the Lad Captain America. But yeah, Fidgety Jones said, if you've never seen it, you should search for a Flash video game. Oh man, this is a long question. A Flash video game. There was a game for him in the works for PS2, but it fell through for some reason. It looked pretty badass, honestly. Yeah, I mean, as I said, I'd play a Flash video game. It might have to be a bit more recent, though. I don't know, maybe they'd have to remake it. I'd have to look into it. Also, I wanted to mention that the G in my name make the G sound instead of the J on it. Sound, not a problem, but I saw other people said how I pronounce their name, so I thought I'd as well. Wow, I missed a bit then. The G in my name make a G sound instead of a J. Oh, so it's Figgerty instead of Fidgety. Okay, Figgerty Jones. I've lost where I was now. Anyway, I wanted to ask, what DLC do you have for ME3? All of it? Any gameplay related DLC? Actually, no. Even all the multiplayer DLC, I have all of it. So yeah, every bit of DLC for Mass Effect 3, I own the lot. So yeah, good times. As I said, I was just playing a bit of DLC just now. So, and as of recording this, you guys are watching a bit of DLC with Javik. Oh, I gotta love that guy. I'm at the point of no return in that game, and have been for some time because I don't have the DLC yet, but I have had other commitments and haven't been able to get to it all. Lastly, the finishing the walkthrough before uploading idea sounds like good to me, since I'm one of those people who miss Gribble's adventures in New Vegas. Apologies for long comment, and glad you're probably back. I liked the probably bit there, I'm back. Yes, I know, sorry, yeah, I've kind of left Gribble hanging in New Vegas. I swear to you, I'm not just saying this. If I wasn't going to do it, I'd be honest and say I'm not going to do it. But one day I will get back to New Vegas. There's just so many issues I've got with the... Well, obviously I can't use that Pirates of the Caribbean music anymore, so I want to add something else in there, but it's just so much effort I've got to go through rechanging everything, and I mean, I'm not even halfway through that game yet, so I need to put a lot of time into doing it, and I just don't have that time at the moment. So I swear to you, one day I will finish that game. Even if I speedrun it, I will finish it. Suraj Banasi. Wow, I've butchered your name, mate. And oh, sorry, man. I can only apologise. Can you use Legion in Mass Effect 3 as a squad mate? I would answer that question, but I don't want to ruin it for anyone who wants it as a surprise. So I'll leave it as that. All I can say is every character from Mass Effect 2 is in Mass Effect 3 if they survived, which they did in my game. So yeah, we will encounter all Mass Effect 2 squad mates again. I'm not going to say who is and who isn't an actual squad mate in Mass Effect 3 though, because I don't want to ruin the surprise for those of you who want it a surprise. But yeah, Legion is in Mass Effect 3. I'll say that much at least. And did you know that the Reapers indoctrinated all the races, the cannibals? Yep. And yep. Sorry, I was going to read that out, but I just didn't want to ruin it for anybody who has I say it was just more. If anyone wants to read his question, feel free to go to it, but I didn't want to read it out and ruin anything for those of you who want Mass Effect 3 to be a surprise. But if you wanted to read some of these questions, feel free to scroll through. Yeah, sorry mate, I want to read more of your questions, but obviously a lot of them might be sort of spoilers for those who want it to be a surprise. Sorry, I would read them out. Thank you for everything, Dave. You're most welcome. Which character is your favourite of X-Men Legends? I don't know. As I say, I haven't actually had a chance to properly play the game. I have both X-Men Legends games, but they don't work on my 360. I need to get an old Xbox console. I still need to get that hooked up. I should really speak to Matt the Geek and see if I can get that arranged. But it's probably, if you can be Juggernaut, then it's probably hands down going to be Juggernaut, or maybe Nightcrawler. I don't know if you can be Nightcrawler, but and yes, as you asked another question or said another statement about Mass Effect 3, but as I say, I'd love to read out your question, but I don't want to spoil any Mass Effect 3 trivia for anyone, so sorry about that. Josh Jenks said, hey Dave. Hey Dave. It's been quite a long while without a video, and I'd like to see more soon. However, if it's easier to record the full game, well, you know the answer to that. I've already started uploading. On the way, babe. Ethan Brown is another person who also wants me to play Fallout New Vegas again. I can't wait for Lego Origins and Mass Effect 3, but really do what I can for the rest of us. Can at least wait and something about it by 2020, okay? So as long as I get something uploaded before 2020, alright, fair enough. Yeah, but Lego Origins, Mass Effect 3 is all stuff that is still to come. Josh Jenks said, will you do a walkthrough of Amazing Spider-Man 2? Yes, I will, but as I said, I probably won't do it on release day, mainly because Spider-Man, the first Amazing Spider-Man game kind of ruined the story, the plot of the film for me. So I'll probably see the Amazing Spider-Man 2 film first and then do a walkthrough of the game afterwards. That's probably how it will roll with me. Josh Jenks also asked, hi Dave, So when Ant-Man is in Phase 3... Oh, so we know Ant-Man is in Phase 3, but what other new superhero movies would you like as well? I would like Black Panther, Doctor Strange, and Heroes for Hire. Heroes for Hire might be interesting. It'd be a good way of getting Luke Cage into it, I feel. Doctor Strange, I believe Doctor Strange film is actually in the works right now. As far as I know, if you go on IMDb and type in Stan Lee, then there's a whole list of films that obviously he's associated with. So I think Doctor Strange is actually in the works at the moment. But I don't know, other than those guys, I can't really think of anyone... I don't know. I can't really think of anyone in particular that I would love to see a film for. Maybe, oh, I don't know. Nah, I can't. Honestly, I can't really think. In all honesty, I don't know. There's loads of people that I'd like to maybe see a film for, but a lot of this stuff, instead of seeing a film, I'd like to see... I've said it a few times, but I'd like to see more of a short, high-budget series. Something like The Walking Dead, or something like... Game of Thrones, where it's a short series but high budget. I'd much rather see that for something like X-Men or maybe Avengers or like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. When that came out, I would have much preferred. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. But I'd much rather if they'd made like an X-Men thing like that. So it's like a high budget thing, something like Walking Dead or Game of Thrones, but a short series. I think that would be able to portray people like X-Men a lot better. But when it comes to film, I don't know. There's nobody in particular that I'm thinking, God, I'd love to see a film for them. So, Ethan Brown said, "Hey Dave, ever heard of Half-Life?" Yes, I watched a bit of a Half-Life 2 walkthrough once. And played a little bit of Gary's mod as well, which has got a lot of Half-Life stuff in it. But, nah, I've heard of it. Not really something that appeals to me too much. It seems alright, actually, as the game goes, but I don't know. Mr. Candyman13 said, "Happy New Year, Spider Dave." Happy New Year to you, Mr. Candyman. To you and your family. Looking back at your channel actually convinced me to buy some of the games you've played, except for Red. Recommend playing that game. Aside from some chasing scenes, my question for you at the moment is, if you had to rewrite game series storyline wise, which game would it be based on your channel? Old games that I've played that I'd like to change the story of. I don't know. I can't think of many games that I've done a walkthrough of where I've thought to myself, God, the story sucks. If I had, I probably wouldn't have done a walkthrough of it, to be honest. I don't know, X-Men Destiny, actually. I mean, I liked that game, but the story was good as... No, the story was alright, actually. I don't know, the story was good in X-Men Destiny, but that game kind of felt a little bit rushed to me. In the whole way it panned out towards the end, it did feel like... I don't know, there's something quite lazy about that game. I loved the game. I mean, as I said, I did 3 walkthroughs of it. It was a very chilled out game to play. I don't know, but maybe when it comes to the story, that there's a few things they could have ironed out. I mean, there was a lot of stuff with gameplay and graphics and story. I think the whole lot could have been polished a lot better. But yeah, I mean, other than that, I can't really think of a game otherwise I would have rewritten. Yeah, something did just come into my mind and then it's popped right back out again. So there's that. I don't know, oddly enough, but there might be a few things in Mass Effect 3 I would have altered slightly. But as I say, I don't want to spoil anything. It may some things to do with the end, but that's more gameplay wise, not story wise. I don't know. I mean, I like all the stories of the games I play. That's mainly the reason why I play them, like Shattered Dimensions, Edge of Time, Spider-Man. I mean, I love the story in them. So no, I can't really think. Probably X-Men Destiny, if I had to pick. Just would have polished it up a bit better. Maybe made it a bit more suspenseful. Because as it went on, it became obvious to me from pretty early on in the game who the bad guy was. It's just, I thought that they were putting that guy out there to sort of like lure you in, and then they actually change it at the last moment. But I mean, I know I acted surprised in the walkthrough, but I mean, that's what makes the walkthrough good. So I don't know. X-Men Destiny probably would have altered that story a little. Sean Scopper, I always say your name wrong, Scoper, said, "Hey Dave, have you seen the Amazing Spider-Man 2 Times Square trailer? If not, you should. It's about 1 minute long and it's a pretty cool tease. If you have seen it, what do you think about it?" The Times Square trailer, I don't think I've seen that. I've seen the full cinematic trailer, but I haven't seen the Times Square teaser trailer. Is that just like a short teaser of their battle in Times Square or something? I mean, if so, Looks like I'm going to be searching something at the end of this. Alright, Michael Smooth, you have a massive set of questions here, but at least they're laid out quite neatly for me to see, so... Alright, wet the old throat and let's do this. Thanks for answering my questions, Dave. You're the best. Glad to see you back. Thank you very much. Right, okay, just have to miss a bit out your first question here, because obviously I don't want to ruin anything for Mass Effect 3, so... I agree with what you said right at the start. I do. I think that's a great idea, but as I say, don't want to say it because it ruined it. Shiala is the Asari from Feros in Mass Effect 1. Oh, she the one who was who was under the Thorians' control. Alright. And is the one with the green skin on Ilium in Mass Effect 2. Oh, that's who Shiala is. Her name was ringing a bell. Oddly enough, it's weird you say that, because in the bit that I was just recording of Mass Effect 3, obviously right near the end of the game, I was talking about Shiala. Like, obviously I didn't mention her by name because I still didn't know what her name was, but I was mentioning her saying she was under the Thorians' control. I think I must have been referring to indoctrination or something, but yeah, the first bit of your question, which obviously I don't want to say out loud because I don't want to give anything away for anyone who doesn't want anything Mass Effect 3 related ruined, but yeah, I do love that particular bit you just mentioned. To answer your question, I would personally like to see Mass 3 uploaded now. Yep. I hate some more questions. Sorry if anyone has asked them. How was my Christmas? My Christmas was it was nice. Nothing too special. It was just laid back, pretty chilled. Just the way I like it, to be honest. Have you ever read any comics with X-23? If so, do you like them? I've never read any just based on X-23, but I've read X-Men in which X-23 is a part of it. So, like stuff which is to do with Wolverine, or I read a lot of New X-Men, which was based on like all the kids of the X-Men, and X-23 was a huge part of that. So, yeah, I've never read just X-23, but where she's been involved in others, yeah, I've read those. Who do you feel are the coolest looking comic characters? I personally say Doctor Doom, Magneto, the Punisher, and Batwoman. The coolest looking? Huh. I don't know, a part of you's just got to say Hulk with those purple shorts, haven't you? I mean, there's few men that can pull that look off. I don't know, cool looking. I mean, Thor's got quite an attire going, hasn't he? Captain America stands out nice and glary. Wolverine just rocking that blue and yellow. I don't know, I get put on the spot like this and I can never think. I mean, my default answer is to go straight to Spider-Man. I know all the other characters rag on his costume, but I don't know, it's iconic, it stands out, doesn't it? I don't know, every time I get questions like this, I can never think off the top of my head who actually looks the coolest straight away, but hell, Iceman, do it Iceman style, just wear nothing. Or as Ultimate Spider-Man in Shattered Dimensions would say, and yet, still no pants. Have you been watching Walking Dead Season 4? If so, what have you thought so far? Fantastic. I loved it. The mid-season break, like that, you know, like they have like a mid-season finale now, which is it's showing away of the times. I mean, like they have teaser trailers for trailers now. It's just it's insane. But like the mid-season finale of The Walking Dead, I thought that was a great episode, and I was glad they did what they did because I felt they needed to mix things up a little bit, and they needed to have a change of scenery, and I'm glad that they did what they did. I felt it was necessary. And the episode, a few episodes before that middle one, the one that has been dubbed Herschel's episode, where it's kind of just basically about him, and they have that Ben Howard song. Is it Ben Howard? Yeah, Ben Howard song playing in the background. I just mean that episode as well, I think, was just brilliant. It showed a great side to his character. But no, I'm loving The Walking Dead. A lot of people tend to pick stuff, but I think people are getting really picky with TV shows these days. They expect too much. I mean, I'm loving where Walking Dead's going. I'm not disappointed. I haven't been disappointed since the slow drama that was happening in Season 2. I mean, it's just been great for me so far. Who's your favourite character in The Walking Dead? In the game, show, comic, or whatever? Favourite character? I don't know. I mean, you got to like Glenn. He's got a lot serious. He's got a lot more serious as the seasons go on. But then that's good. I like TV programs where they actually show character progression. I think if a character is exactly the same as they was in season 1, in season 5, then it's like you seriously trying to say that everything that's happened to them over that 5 years hasn't shaped their personality at all. So Glenn has gone from a more jokey character to a lot more of a serious one. Just like the same with Daryl, has gone from not caring about anyone to almost being like a leader now. So I like the character progression. I think that's quite cool, but I don't know. I was just trying to think of their characters now. I'm pretty drawing a blank on a few. There's a lot of characters that tend to come and go that I like, and I'm sort of ashamed they disappeared. But no, it's weird. A lot of people bang on about it, but I like Rick as a character. I know a lot of people just go, "Oh, Rick this, Rick that," but I like Rick as a character. I thought he was always good. Glenn's great. I like Daryl. Herschel. Herschel I hated at the start. I mean, you're probably supposed to. It's probably the way the plot goes, but I like how he grew as a character. A lot of people bang on about Carl as well, but I think he's grown into quite an alright character now. I'm really glad that between season 3 and season 4 they didn't drag out like a really boring storyline about how Carl was almost going evil. They could have easily spent all of season 4 being like his rehabilitation, but I like how at the start of season 4 it was just like boom. It was and they're all talking about how he almost went bad, but they're so glad he came out the other end. And I was so glad to hear that, because I was not looking forward to having a whole season of watching Carl almost go bad and then be good. I was just glad they dealt with it before the season started. That made me so happy. But I like the way he's gone as well. I don't know. There's not one character in that I love the most, and like one character that I hate. They're all kind of on the same par with me. They're all alright. I was starting not really to like Carol that much, so I was, I wasn't disappointed with the way that went. But I don't know. There's not one really that stands out. It's probably someone like Glenn. He's probably one of my favourites. And in the game, in the game, what's his name? Kenny. No, not Kenny. Although he can't remind me of My Name Is Earl. But Ben. Ben or Omid was probably, or the hobo was probably my favourite characters in the game. Fun stuff. Anyway, could you do another walkthrough of Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2, this time with the pro registration side? Always something I actually spoke about doing. That was when I finished the first one. It was something I considered going back to. And now you mention it, I don't know, I fancy doing that, to be honest. I would like to play that game again. Wait until I've finished Mass Effect 3, Arkham Origins, Lego, Marvel, Lego Superheroes, and then there's a strong possibility I might just do that actually, just for the lols. What's the worst comic film you have ever seen? For me, it's 2003 Hulk. Worst comic scene? Catwoman, hands down. That is the most. Actually, in fact, it's the worst film I think I've seen. That and the Catwoman was worse than Daredevil. If for you who have seen Catwoman, and for those of you who might even own Catwoman, watch the very end of that film when the woman in white falls from the building, and just watch how god awful the ragdoll is in it. It is so bad. I rewound it so many times I was cracking up. It's just an abysmal bit of television. I can't believe that was like a Halle Berry big movie. It's just it was insanely bad, the whole film. But yeah, Catwoman, god awful film. If they made a Mass Effect movie or TV series, who would you want to play Shepard? That's actually a question they asked Mark Meir at Comic-Con, actually. Who would they want to play Shepard? Because, I mean, obviously he has the voice for Shepard, but even he himself said he doesn't exactly have the look of Shepard. Which, it's a shame because he plays Shepard quite well. But he did suggest a few people who could play Shepard. Nathan Fillion from Firefly and such stuff like that. He suggested he would be quite a good one. The guy who played... the guy who was also in Firefly, I forget his name. He also played one of the Quarians in Mass Effect. Is it Alex Baldwin? Something like that. Alex... No, not Baldwin. Is that like Bodwin or something like that? Oh, no, who is it? This is going to bug me now. Is it Alec Baldwin? I don't know, this is really going to... It's going to irritate me now. I have to find out. Adam Baldwin. Adam Baldwin. That was someone else he also suggested could be a good shepherd. I mean, a lot of people have said Matthew Fox, but honestly, I can't put up with that man being hyperventilating throughout an entire film. I just couldn't put up with that. But no, it's someone like Adam Baldwin or Nathan Fillion. They're two people that Mark Meir himself said would make a good Commander Shepard. I mean, to be honest, there's a lot of stuff when it comes to films. They pick an actor for a character, and I'm thinking, what the hell are they doing? That's never going to look good. And then the film rolls around, and I'm sitting there looking at it thinking, wow, they've that's amazing. I was like, I never saw that transformation. So, I mean, when it comes down to it, I'd trust whoever they pick. But, I don't know, there's a few people that I think could play the role quite well. I don't know, none of them are coming to my head. But, no, Nathan Fillion, Adam Baldwin, them two. Adam Baldwin actually sort of kind of fits the look a bit better, in fact. Like, his face shape could fit Commander Shepard quite well. But, I don't know. It's hard to pick something like that, especially because his face is actually based off a real life model, and his voice is obviously got a voice, a person who does the voice, obviously. So it's hard to then pick someone else to play him when it's actually based off someone's real face. So it's kind of hard. But someone he also suggested could play Femshep would be what's her name? Starbuck from Battlestar Galactica. Completely forgetting her name now. But yeah, she suggested she would be quite a good Femshep, and again, I agree. She actually would actually rock that role quite well. So I don't know. It's open to interpretation, to be honest. It's like, who do you want it to fit? Do you want it to fit how he looks or how he sounds? It could go either way, but I'm taking way too long with these questions. I wanted to sort of speed run this. Blast Eye Studio said maybe after Amazing Spider-Man, it'd be Ultimate Spider-Man with Jaden Smith playing Miles. Yeah, because there's been rumours that Ultimate Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man's going to continue, but Andrew Garfield will no longer be playing Spider-Man. So there's sort of like hints that it could actually be following the Ultimate Spider-Man storyline so much. There's also going to be Death of Spider-Man, and then a new Spider-Man taking over. So yeah, Jaden Smith could carry on as Miles. You never know, it could happen. Darkman1Fest said, thanks for uploading this today. It cheered me up a little. I was feeling sick today and yesterday, and I accidentally stabbed myself in the hand when cutting plastic. Oh man, it sounds like you're having a bad couple of days. I'm glad the video put a smile on your face. Carson Dickey said, hey Dave, will you ever show your face on camera? One day, maybe. I might do it like a Spider-Man reveal to the world kind of thing. Hi, I'm Captain Dave, and I've been Captain Dave ever since 2010. Any questions? Carson Dickey also said, why do you hate Aaron Cash? I think that's right spelling. Also, make a montage of it with this question of how many times you've hated him starting now. Well, make a montage of clips from the game of me hating him, or how many times I've had to answer the question how many times I hate him. Do you guys really want me to rant again about how much I hate Aaron Cash? To put it in the words of Commander Shepard, Aaron Cash is just a big, stupid sidekick. And that's just... that's the only way I can really sum it up, to be honest. He's just such a stupid character. I hate him so much. Go back to Never Neverland with Peter Pan Hook, for crying out loud. You Hook wannabe. Yeah, but speaking of big stupid jellyfish, some of you I noticed saw it because I liked it. But there's a video somewhere on YouTube, if you can find it, where someone's made a Sparta remix of Big Stupid Jellyfish from Mass Effect, and it's just comedy genius. It was so funny. JDude281 said, upload ME3 now. Yep, have done. They should have put Jurassic Park on during the summer. For me, ever since when I was younger, they used to always put Jurassic Park on at Christmas. I don't know why, it's just a Christmas film now. To everyone's surprise, I actually found someone that The Amazing Spider-Man 2 was awful. Whoever that was, they're a blasphemer, and get them out of here. It's 50 states, Matt. This is when I said I couldn't remember how many states there were in America. You think you might be offended. There's 50 states, man, not 59, not 52. I could have swore at one point there was 51, but then I remember hearing something that 2 states then became 1, and then they split up again. I don't know, I have trouble keeping track of what's going on in my own country, let alone yours. JDude281 also said, well, people are going to keep asking you to reveal your face until you finally do, so if you are going to do it, you might want to do it soon. Nope! The more people ask, the later I'm going to leave it. Just because I'm a douchebag. Carson Dickey said, Are you a brony? Yay, I was the first and third one to ask this question. Will you join the herd charge? No, I will not. I will not be a brony. That's just... I can get on board with a lot of things, but I can't get on board with that. One last question. If you ever make a game that, in your opinion, is great, like a project or something, or an alpha game, will you record it, yes or no? How are you at video editing? If I ever made a game, if you ever make a game, if I ever had to make a game, obviously it would be for a games company, so I'd have to ask their permission first, because obviously I'd be working for someone. But yeah, it would be a good form of advertising. I would ask if I could record it and put it on my channel before it's released worldwide. I mean, that's definitely a perk of helping to make the game, I guess. But there'll probably be rules and regulations that say I'm not allowed to do that. And also, how am I at video editing? I'm subpar. I'm okay. The only things I can do video editing wise are things that I've taught myself how to do. I mean, back when I very first started doing this, the only way I knew how to video edit was by buying Sony Vegas, opening it, and then literally just spamming the keyboard until something worked. I mean, it's been 3-4 years of me just day by day editing videos and just learning new stuff every day. But even then, because the sorts of videos I make require me to do the same stuff over and over again, so there's still just a plethora of stuff that I do not know about Sony Vegas that I could probably use to make my videos a lot better, but it doesn't require me to go out and find them out, so I'm okay at video editing, but I'm nothing special at all. I can cut, I can paste, I can stretch, I can make smaller, and I can add music to stuff, and that's pretty much as far as my video editing skills go. Celine Ravenmoon said, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you too. In LEGO Marvel, what is your favourite mission and what characters do you prefer to use? Haven't completed it yet. Since making this last Captain's Quarter saying that me and my girlfriend are playing it, we haven't actually played it since. So, my buddy's coming around tomorrow though, and we're going to play a bit of it instead. But, no, I've kind of been waiting. We've both been trying to get a time where we're both free so we can play it again together. Neither one of us wants to play without the other one, so... Yeah, no, I think as far as I've got so far, I've got up to the X-Men mission with Cyclops and Jean Grey. But I think my favourite mission so far, I don't know, my favourite mission's probably just the free roaming stuff where we're running around. There's like one point I remember we were by the boat, and I think I was Iron Man and she was Hulk, or it might have been the other way around. I can't remember. And oh no, that was it. We were both in boats and we were trying to ram each other, and then it was just fun. I always prefer like the free roaming sort of stuff. It just makes me laugh. Charles Taylor Coe said, Happy New Year, Cap. 2014 Game Rush, here we go. Yeah, Happy New Year's to you too, Charles. Charles also said, Hey Cap, do you think that the Avengers trilogy will end bad or be an exception? Well, the end of the trilogy... See, that's the thing. A lot of people always think trilogies end bad. I don't think the trilogy ends bad. I just think it's the trilogy ending. So they've got to wrap everything up, and by wrapping everything up, it means it's the end, and so it's always going to be a bit of an anticlimax. Because what makes the first and the second film good is they leave you on a cliffhanger, they build something up, and you're like, oh my god, that was such a good ending. But they can't leave you on a cliffhanger on the third film or the third game or whatever. So it's got to be a bit of a roundup, and it's always going to kind of be anticlimactic, and it is always going to be the very end, so it's always going to be kind of upsetting. So I think a lot of people think the third films are always bad because they're bad. I mean, there's a lot of cases where that's true, but I think also it's just the fact that it can never be as good at the end because, you know, it's wrapping everything up. It's not building up hype for another one, you know. But I've got high hopes for the Avengers. I really do. You've got Josh Whedon directing it, and I mean, you've got gold right there. Everything that guy touches just blossoms. So, yeah, I've got hopes for Avengers. I think it's going to be good. Unless Josh Whedon suddenly gets bored of the project, which I don't see him doing anytime soon. I've got a feeling he will beat heads that try and change it and make it bad. Chaz McCall said, truth be told, I don't care. I don't mind watching some Mass Effect until you're ready to record Batman. Oh, there we go. Glad to hear it. Gareth agreed to upload the Mass Effect videos. Gareth Fakarian also said, I am planning on making... Wow, I just realised that wasn't even a sentence I just said then. It was just like... Oh man, I really try and talk too fast. Gareth Fakarian also said, I am planning on making my own YouTube channel. For now, I'll just post other people's stuff on my page because I don't know how to film and patch and upload videos I make. But I do know people who are good at that stuff, so it will happen eventually. But I was wondering if you had any cool YouTube name suggestions. I already decided not to use Gareth Fakarian though, so what are your thoughts on this? I don't know, I suppose now you can pick your own names. I mean, back when I had the Captain of Dave, whatever you picked your name, that was it, you're stuck with that name. I mean, as far as I'm aware now, you can change your name as much as you like, so... But, I don't know, just choose something you like. Just make sure that it just doesn't have loads of just random letters and numbers. Make sure it's something like Gareth Fakarian, where it's 2 words, or it's just something that will stand out. So you basically want, if you're scrolling down, you want it to catch your eye. And that's why I didn't make like the Captain of Dave all lower caps. I tried to make the capitals in the right place. It kind of catches your eye. Because I mean, as I say, back then we couldn't put spaces in things either. It had to all just be one word. So, I don't know, just try and think of a name that's going to catch your eye. It's not just a whole mishmash of letters, a whole mishmash of numbers. Other than that, it's entirely up to you. Just bear in mind, whatever you call your channel is probably what you're going to be calling yourself for the duration of your channel's last. So, pick something that you're going to be happy with. I don't think this is something I can answer for you. It's going to have to be something that you want it to be. One thing I did want to mention though is you said now I'll post other people's stuff on my page. I hope you're not just ripping off other people's work and uploading it, because that would be quite bad. But just as I say, just pick a name, whatever you think, whatever you want to sort of be known as, really, for the rest of the time. Because if someone else picks it and then you get sick of it in a couple of months, you're kind of stuck with it. So. Yusuf Yasir said, hey Dave, to answer your question, I would like to have something to watch while we wait for Arkham Origins. Also, my question for you today is, are you going to play Tom Clancy The Division? It's known as the first next-gen game where you play as a guy who's in a devastated apocalypse. Oh, it does sound cool, but I, to be honest, haven't heard of the game, so it's probably unlikely, to be honest. VladX94 said better Batman because I want this series to be done. To be honest, I'm tired of Batman. To be honest with you, yeah, I'm kind of tired of Batman myself, to be honest. That's probably why I haven't put any huge rush on playing it. I thought I'd wait a little while so I'll be a bit more pumped to play it, to be honest with you, because I have Batmaned myself out a little bit. But yeah, no, I'll do Arkham Origins and we'll get that done and dusted and finished, because I think it's time that we get that one. We get that Batman series over with, I think, to be honest with you. But yeah, I think that's probably one of the reasons why I left it as long as I have, just because I wanted to wait until I'm enthusiastic to play it again. Last thing you want is a game that you've been waiting for this long, and then I'm just like, then I've got to do this, and then that. You want it to be fun. Also, why didn't I answer your question in Captain Quarters episode 10? See, that's one thing I've got to say about this new comment section thing. I go through and I literally answer every question as I go up. If I've missed out your question, it's either because I've already answered it, or it's because it didn't appear. It's like, I've gone through and I've done one of these Captain's Quarters before, and I've answered every single question, and then afterwards, I've then like refreshed the page, and then a comment's appeared, and it's dated like 2 weeks ago. But for some reason, it wasn't there before. I don't know why. It's just... there's something funky going on with this new comment system, but it's very unlikely they're ever going to change it. So if I did miss your question, or if I've missed any of you other guys' questions over the last couple of weeks, I can only apologise. It's not my fault. I haven't missed it intentionally. If I've missed it, it's because it hasn't appeared in the first place. So that's not your fault, and it's not my fault. It's just that darn YouTube is messing up again. Kieran Hay said, will you play the challenge map in Arkham Origins? Be warned, you must complete the Dark Knight challenges to get the Sonic Batarang and other stuff. Yes, I do believe I will. I think. Don't hold me to that, because I tend to say stuff and then it never happens. But I believe I will, because I did some of those challenge maps while I was playing it myself the first time around. And I did them, no sweat. They weren't too difficult, so I probably see myself doing them again. Yusuf Isir said, Dave, your idea about the X-Men Days of Future Past is a good one, and I hope they do that when we can see Cyclops alive again. Yeah, I've heard rumours that Cyclops is actually going to be back in Days of Future Past, which would be really good, because I absolutely hate the way they got rid of his character. It's like the main original X-Man who's always been there, and they just like brush him aside like he's just some crappy side character. I just, that ground my gears, that third X-Men film, just, ugh. I can't believe everyone says that X-Men Origins is bad, like Wolverine Origins, but yet nobody talks trash about The Last Stand, or at least nowhere near as much as they do about Origins. The Last Stand was absolute dog turd compared to Origins, or at least that's my opinion. And yeah, you mentioned about the Flash game being cancelled. Yeah, would have liked to play that. AJ Singh said, Happy New Year, Dave. Happy New Year to you, AJ. What is your favourite Batman Arkham game? Batman Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, and Arkham Origins, and why? In my order of what's my favourite, Arkham Asylum's my favourite, Arkham Origins is my second favourite, and then Arkham Cities is my least favourite. Mainly because probably Arkham Asylum's probably my favourite, just because it's, like with most things, it was the first one I played, it was the first one that introduced me to the series, so I'm always going to have a little bit of a love for it. But I like how it all took place on one island. I love games and films and stuff where it does that, where it all takes place in a small finite area, and it just reminds me of stuff like Die Hard, and I love that. I love the whole series, that it twists and turns and you didn't know what was going to happen, and then it finally happened like this at the end, and I just loved the whole thing. I felt like you were actually investigating something, and I loved that. I thought it was good. And as I say, because it was the first time you were experiencing it, nostalgia-wise, it felt a lot better than when you play City and Origins. It's just as good, but it doesn't feel as good because it's not the first time you're experiencing. So maybe looking at Asylum with rose-tinted glasses, but I do love that game. I like how it all takes place, and how Batman, it's almost like Batman's trapped there in a certain way. It's like he can leave, but he can't at the same time, because otherwise people would die. City, I just felt it was just, to be honest, it was a shitstorm. It's just, they were trying to throw so much at you at the same time. I didn't feel like I was Batman. I didn't feel like I was the world's greatest detective. I felt like I was just running from one mess to another, and there was like 3 or 4 different things all happening at once, and I didn't feel like I enjoyed the game. I just felt like there was just 1,000 things to do at once, and it was just overload. I don't know, it just looked kind of dreary as well. I know most of the Arkham games do, but I felt like I couldn't really enjoy the game because the whole time I was just trying to work out what I should do and where I should go next, but not in a fun kind of way, just more in a game mechanics kind of way. So I don't know, I felt like the fun was sucked out of it in City, to be honest. There was just too much going on. And in Arkham Origins, I don't know, maybe they just made it brighter because it's Arkham City just looking a little bit better. But I don't know, I kind of felt I got back into it again with Arkham Origins, like the new detective mode and the fact that you have to, some of the side missions are going around just trying to solve crimes and stuff like that. I really enjoyed that. I felt like I was Batman again, and I was actually trying to be a detective. And I don't know, Arkham Origins, it revamped it a little bit for me. I just felt it undid some of the damage that I felt City did. Bear in mind, it was the same city, yet I didn't feel as... And funny thing is, Arkham Origins is Arkham City with a bit more added onto it, and yet I felt it was a lot more controlled than Arkham City was. I felt there was more structure to it, and I don't know. Warner Brothers, they surprised me. I thought when it left Rocksteady, the game was just going to implode on itself, but I think Warner Brothers, they stepped up to the plate, and they did a good job with Arkham Origins. So, yeah, Arkham Asylum, Arkham Origins, Arkham City. Also rate all 3 games out of 5. 1 equals good, 5 equals bad. Arkham Asylum, 4.5. I mean, everything's always got room for improvement, so it'll be hard pressed to give any game a 5. So 4.5. Arkham Origins, 3. Arkham City, Arkham Asylum, 4.5. Arkham Origins 3.5, Arkham City 3. Nah, I'll give it that, why not? Possibly a 4 for Arkham Origins. Arkham Origins, my lord, I'm getting tongue-tied. I heard that they are going to take all the old Marvel games away from the shops, like Spider-Man Shattered Dimension, X-Men games, etc., but not the new Marvel games. What do you think of it? You know, it's just a rumour. I don't know. I don't see why they would do that. I understand when they stop selling old console games, like PS1 or PS2 games. I get that. Like, and they stop selling Xbox games and only Xbox 360 games. I mean, I understand that. And I'd understand that in about 5 or 6 years if they started doing that with the new gen consoles as well. If they stopped doing PS3 and Xbox 360 games, if they actually started removing them. I mean, it's progression. Eventually you have to do that. But if they're just removing them because they're old, I mean, that... I don't quite understand why they would do that. I mean, if they've stopped producing them, there's no point keep making a really old game. That's pointless. And I'd understand if it was only available on the PS1 or the PS2. I'd understand that because nobody's going to buy it. But if it's available on a new console and it's just stock that's left over, I don't see the harm in just letting it sit there until someone buys it. I mean, people are buying these games every day. I bought Shattered Dimensions years after it actually came out, so... And hell, I bought X-Men Legends 1 and 2, and that's... that must have been like 6-7 years after the game came out. Granted, I haven't actually played it yet, but... have you played Alien Colonial Marines? It's so it's so glitches. No, I haven't, and having said that, I probably won't, so... the regular show fan 1 said, could you do a walkthrough of Lego Marvel with commentary? Yes, I will. And Lego Batman 2, and get all the characters and beat all the levels, including Deadpool missions. Yes, I will play Lego Marvel, as I said earlier, and as a result of that, I have also been looking into getting some of the other Lego games, like Lego Batman, and maybe I might even go on a whole Lego bonanza and start like Star Wars and Indiana Jones and all that stuff. Who knows? Who knows? Christian 1999 DK said, I want to see Batman. Yes, Batman is a coming. Teabag Flame says, do you make money with YouTube? Oh, not holding back any punches, are you? Just going out there and asking the big whamma bamma question. Yes, I do actually make money with YouTube. Haven't done for that long, about a year or so now. I've been making money with YouTube. I don't actually know how much of this I'm allowed to say, actually, so... I doubt there's any restrictions holding me back. But yes, I do make money from YouTube. Despite what some of these big YouTube people might say, it's really not a lot. A lot of people who... I think I said this in an old video before. A lot of people who see YouTubers, the big famous ones and stuff like that, and they see that and they go, oh, I want to do that as a career. As I've said it once before and I'll say it again, that's a silly move. Don't set your sights on that. I mean, I'm earning some money off this, and there's been a few months in the past where this money has been the only money that's helped me pay rent. But it has been just that. It's been a help. There's no way I could ever survive off this. Nowhere close. All the money I get from this literally goes just to helping me just to have like little extras in life. You know, it's not a lot of money. It's a nice amount of money. I'm not going to lie. But it's nothing spectacular. I mean, stuff like Normandy stories. None of that earns me money because obviously there's no commentary on any of that. All of the Batman stuff I upload, which has what's it called? Where it's just like the audio tapes and stuff like that. None of that earns me money either. That's the road so far for Mass Effect. That's got music in it. Quite a lot if it's the start of a walkthrough or the end of the walkthrough, where there's a lot of music or like a big dramatic cutscene. Quite often that won't earn me money either. So yeah, I do some money for it, but it's nothing too drastic. It's just a nice little amount, nice little incentive. But as I mentioned, I haven't said this since how you brought it up. I thought I would mention. I've seen a lot of people, especially since the whole new Nintendo thing come in. They start like a Pokemon walkthrough, and then Nintendo come along and start claiming all the revenue from it. So then they stop doing the walkthrough because they're not earning money. And I think that's just, I don't know. I just think that's such a douche move. I mean, don't get me wrong. Regardless of whether Nintendo should be doing that or whatever, I'm not going into that debate. It's more about the fact that it's like they stop a walkthrough because they're not earning money on it anymore. And I'm thinking, if you're doing that, you're doing it for the wrong reasons, really. If tomorrow the people I'm partnered with Full Screen, there's a link on my channel, by the way, to them. I feel I'd be a bit of an idiot if I didn't actually give them a shout out, seeing as how they're the ones paying me. But yeah, the link to Full Screen is on my channel for anyone who's actually interested. If they were to turn around me tomorrow and go, "Oh, Dave, you should not have said that, or you are fired," then I would be like, okay, fair enough. And then the day after that, there would be the next part of Mass Effect, and then in a couple of weeks, there would be Batman Arkham Origins. I wouldn't stop doing this. I might have to cut it down a little bit less, because I'd have to spend more days, obviously, going to work, of course. But I don't know, I just thought I'd point that out. Yeah, I do make a little bit of money, but trust me, that in no way influences how much or what I upload at all in the slightest. If there was a walkthrough that I wanted to do, and it was, say, a Nintendo game, so I would earn absolutely no money for it, I would still do the walkthrough. I don't care. I'm not doing this for the money. Hell, I think I had about 2 or 3 walkthroughs up on YouTube before I even had barely any subscribers. So, trust me, money isn't an issue. But yeah, I'll make a little bit. It's a nice little incentive, I guess. A nice little thank you. Teabag Flames also said, if you want to see Captain's face, look on his Twitter. No! Don't do that! Yeah, if you have a look there, my face is there. Unfortunately, it's not the most flattering picture. Thank you to my little brother for uploading that. That was fantastic. The Super Kid said, for Batman Arkham Origins, are you doing the DLC and the multiplayer? I haven't actually downloaded the DLC. I heard it was actually very good. I didn't think it would be anything special, but I've heard the DLC for Arkham Origins is good. So before I start the walkthrough, I might have to look into it. And the multiplayer, I don't know. I haven't played the multiplayer in a long time, but when I did play it, I found it was kind of laggy, in a sense, the fact there's not many people playing it. So when I do get hooked up in the lobby, there's one guy in Japan, there's another guy in America, and it's just, everyone's just happy to get a lobby. I remember the first time I played multiplayer, I suddenly got 6 friend invites from people, because they just want people they can just, so like, if we ever got separated, you can just invite everyone back into it. I mean, that's how little people were playing it. So I don't know, it depends how things work out, I guess. Jason Milne said, what do you think of the upcoming Mass Effect game? They say it will have nothing to do with Shepard, and hey, maybe it'll end up large Mass Effect like you were saying. I've got higher hopes for a new Mass Effect game. The fact they said they're completely revamping it. They said it's going to have absolutely nothing to do with Shepard. It's not going to have anything to do with his squad mates. Nothing to do with the story. Well, no, actually, so that's a bit too much. Nothing to do with the current story, I should say. Everything to do with the lore and like the Asari, the Turians, and everything to do with all the backstory and the lore they've built up throughout the universe. That will still exist. They haven't mentioned whether it's before the Reapers or after the Reapers or what, but basically what they've said is going to be something completely separate. And I think I can't remember if this was just like a sort of like a wish list or if it was something they actually revealed, but I remember hearing somewhere that it was going to be sort of like saving the day but on a smaller scale. Whereas Shepard has always been out there saving the whole galaxy and the whole world, this is going to be more of a game, but it's going to be a bit more of a focal point, like a bit more centralised to one particular area. So they might be fighting a war, or they might be fighting something, but it could be something a lot smaller. Like it could be just based on the Citadel, or it could be based just on one planet, or something like that. It's not a whole galactic scene. So I think that you'll still be travelling throughout the galaxy, but as far as I know, it's not actually on such a major scale like the rest of the Mass Effect trilogy is. But either way, I am very much looking forward to it. I really am. So. Jason Milne also said, I tend to like Mass Effect 3 better. Call me Solarian, but if I go for performance over reliability, and sorry for commenting so much, but I always comment straight away, then want to say something else. More comments, the more welcome. The Captain Junior said, you got me my 3rd subscriber. Oh, you're welcome. Thanks, and yes, to start uploading Mass Effect 3. Will I record the Mass Effect 3 DLC? Say, finally, some peace and quiet, and you'll try to play me. I got a little bit lost here. When you record the Mass Effect 3 Citadel DLC, say, finally, some peace and quiet. I'll try and remember. I can't guarantee that. And will you try to play some Little Big Planet with me? And why the hell does Batman not let Aaron Cash die? I don't know why Batman doesn't let Aaron Cash die. I kind of wish Batman had some choice making like Mass Effect did, because trust me, if it was a choice between Aaron Cash, Caden or Ashley, you know who's gonna die. Hell, even if there weren't a choice, I might just push Aaron Cash onto the bomb. Could you imagine that if Aaron Cash was in Mass Effect? And it's like, Aaron Cash, you need to stay here with this bomb, and I'm sorry, but you have to die. And then Ashley and Caden are like, actually, no, we have time to save Aaron Cash. And I'm like, no, Aaron Cash must sacrifice his life. He must stay with the bomb. Nobody gets out of this alive. And I haven't played Little Big Planet for a very long time, so probably unlikely. If I'm being totally honest, I could say maybe in the future, but it's very unlikely. The very little time I do have, I normally like to put it into recording some gameplay, so probably unlikely. Sorry. And Captain, will you do the Lego Marvel recording with your wife, please? I could do it with my wife, but I don't think my girlfriend would be very happy about that. No, I'm not married. Unfortunately, God, I'm wishing my life away. I'm not married. I live with my girlfriend, but we're we're not married. But I don't know. It's something we talked about when we were recording. When we were playing the Lego Marvel game, we recorded a little bit of it, but I don't know. We just weren't. I don't know. It just didn't quite work out. We didn't really say much, and then because we were aware we were recording, it was just kind of awkward in a way. So I mean, when we played Little Big Planet and that video called Date Night, we came up with some funny stuff. So I don't know, we might record something in the future, but I don't think I'll do the whole walkthrough with the two of us. It just won't work out as well. A few more play Mass Effect 3 comments. Kevin Anderson said, love your videos, I don't care what you upload, I love all your videos, so just upload anything. Oh, thank you very much. RGA Random Guy HD said, will there be a new Marvel Ultimate Alliance, because I really want it. Yeah, I really want it too, we all do. I don't know why Marvel isn't getting on this, because the whole community online just screams out for that game, so I don't know why they haven't heard our cries and got on it. But as far as I'm concerned right now, I'm treating Lego Marvel Superheroes as Ultimate Alliance 3 until they actually get off their asses and actually make a third one. Giovanni said, hey Dave, it's funny you mentioned the film industry because I'm planning on going to college for a degree in filmmaking. Oh, well, all power to you. I hope everything goes well for you, because film would have been the other thing that I would have went into if it weren't games. I actually looked for a long time about trying to get into the film industries. I was going to get a low-ranking job and try and work my way up, because I'm interested in like films, and as you can tell by the stuff I constantly bang on about here, I'm very much into that. But I decided to go the game route. So hell yeah, if you're going the film route, all power to you. I hope for the best for you. Yusuf Yasir said, Dave, did you hear about the new Arkham Origins Mr. Freeze DLC? I think it's going to be alright, but not 100%. Also, it's my 13th birthday on Monday, the 13th of January, so happy birthday to me. Oh, I'm sorry, I've only just read this comment. Happy birthday for the 13th of January, Yusuf. Sorry. If I'd read this comment sooner, I would have said happy birthday to you. In fact, here, let me make up for that. Let's open up a new link onto your channel there. Oh, no comments. I need to sign in again to post a comment. Well, that's kind of weird, because I was pretty certain I was already signed in. So there you go. As you're listening to this is me commenting on your channel. Happy birthday, Yusuf. Sorry for the late massage. Sorry for the late message. I am a douche. No, sorry for the late message. You'll hear about this in Captain's quarters. Past. Oh no. Future Dave says hello. Oh man, when you first read this, you're going to have absolutely no idea what I'm going on about. Hopefully everything has become clear when you listen to this video. So there you go. Past or future Dave says happy birthday for the 13th, Yusuf. There you go. Alu26 says play Saints Row 4. I still have Saints Row 3 wrapped up since Christmas. What would it be? Christmas 2012. And I've still not played it because that was the same Christmas that I got the Mass Effect 3 trilogy. And obviously since then I've been playing that game for over a year now. Everything just got put on hold once I got that game. So I still need to play Saints Row 3. If I really enjoy it, I might even make a walkthrough of it. Cap, what is your... oh, sorry, this is Johnny Hiko21 said, hey Cap, what is your favourite superpower? As I've said in the past, boring answer, the ability to heal, because, you know, it's a cheap shot and it means I get to live forever. But other than that, favourite superpower would be ice manipulation, like Iceman. Can create ice out of water, or water particles anywhere. Turn himself into ice, all that sort of jazz. Or teleportation. That would probably be my favourite. Yours is teleportation. Oh, there you go. Ditto. And super speed. What's favourites? Hero and villain and anti-hero in Marvel Comics. Would Wolverine count as an anti-hero, or is he just more of an arse? I can't quite tell. Anti-hero, I know Deadpool's an anti-hero, so let's say Deadpool for that. Favourite hero, Spider-Man. Favourite villain? I was going to say someone like Magneto, but no, in fact, favourite villain has got to be one of those really over-the-top villains. Like one of those really just, I am the best, like Galactus or Apocalypse. It's got to be one of those guys when it comes to being a villain. Who knows? I keep thinking Doc Ock for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe just because he's pompous attitude. Oh no. Favourite villain is Shocker from Ultimate Spider-Man. Yeah, that's my favourite hero. That's my favourite villain. Such a loser in Ultimate Spider-Man. Are you going to do Dragon Age 1 and 2 and all the DLC expansions? This is a question, I think I'll get this question later on as well. But that's a question I've been asked quite a lot. Oh yeah, look at that, the question right above yours asked that question. That's a question I've been asked quite a lot, and I've been looking at a lot about it, and I honestly don't know the answer. It's like, I've seen Dragon Age gameplay before, and it does look like a very good game. My only issue is, I'm not a huge fan of that era. Like, all the dragons and swords and all the days of yore, go talk to the innkeeper, and all that sort of stuff. I mean, it's got plenty of opportunities for me to do that voice again. But, no, man, load of opportunities for me to do that voice again. But I don't know, it's just that sort of era is not my sort of game, and for an RPG game this is that long. I don't know if I could honestly say whether I'd play the whole lot and then be willing to then replay it again for a walkthrough without getting bored and pulling a Fallout New Vegas on you again, you know. So I do want to. I'm really debating it. I might get it and play it myself and see what happens. Because for a game like that, if I want to do it right, I'd like to do it like Mass Effect, where I've played it to death so I can give you guys a good walkthrough, trying to show you as much as I possibly can. But no, I am quite seriously looking into Dragon Age at the moment. I'm hoping for something like that to be my new obsession, like Mass Effect has been. So I don't know, I'm definitely looking into it. I'm a Dragon Zord said something quite similar. Dragon Age is so damn good. It's basically a mixture of Game of Thrones and Mass Effect. I'd love to see you play it. A lot of people are saying this about Dragon Age, and I'm seriously considering it. So yeah, put a pin in it. That's something that could be coming in the future. Not anytime soon, but definitely something I'm looking into. Because yeah, that game, the story in that game at least, it looks like it's good. I've seen a few cutscenes and I've watched someone play a bit of it before, and I was on the edge of my seat. I liked it. Master Kill 492 said, "Hey Cap, I'm guessing you did not see the question I left in your last video, but that's alright. Most of that stuff has passed anyways." Yeah, like Vladak said earlier, if I haven't answered your question, it's probably because it didn't appear. the comment section's really weird. You refresh the page and then new comments appear, which are actually old comments. I don't know what's going on. I can only apologise. Anyways, I have a few questions for you this time. What was your thoughts on the Wolverine movie, and have you seen it? Like I said earlier, yep, I enjoyed it. Thought it was a good film. Why have you not finished all that Fallout New Vegas yet? No! Stop asking me that question. I will finish it at some point. I've just got loads of issues I need to iron out, and it's just a lot of work I need to do. So when I have time, maybe over the summer. I know it's quite a way away, but over the summer I'll have my summer break and I'll have plenty of time to work on it. So how about I say that? I can't guarantee it, but how about for now I'll say over the summer I will pick up Fallout New Vegas again, and I might possibly give it another look. That's the only time I can think when I'll have a significant amount of time. So can't promise it, but that's when I'm gonna look at the game again and think about doing it. What are your thoughts on YouTube copyright claims? Hasn't affected me too much. Speaking of Fallout, all my Fallout videos have been affected by copyright claims now, but I mean that makes sense. They've all got Pirates of the Caribbean music playing at the start, which is one of the issues obviously I'm trying to address. So yeah, one of the things about the Fallout thing is, like, obviously I got so far into it, like 45 parts I think. It's just there's a lot of stuff. I started that walkthrough so early on in my YouTube life, like right at the very start. I swore so much at that start of that walkthrough, and it really ruins the start of that walkthrough. I feel the amount I swore, it just really does. It sounds like so trivial and so stupid, but I really feel it ruins the content. And then I upgraded the intro a bit as well, and I loved that. But then because I stuck the Pirates of the Caribbean music, I've 45 parts. I've kind of it's still there, but I mean I lost out on the chance to earn money on it. So for it to continue, I'd need to redo that whole intro and try and find some royalty-free music, which I think I have found. It's just about redoing that intro, and then of course it's about finding time to record it all and then do all the editing. As you all know, there's a lot of editing went into that series. So yeah, but getting back to your original question about the copyright claims, it hasn't affected me too much. I'm just now really on the ball about trying to avoid stuff like that. But as far as I can tell, I haven't had any bogus or fake copyright claims, but then I haven't really gone back and checked a lot of my older videos, so I might go on the copyright claim section soon actually and give that a check. But it hasn't affected me too much yet. Other than that, I can't really comment too much. As I say, other than my own stuff, I don't really spend that much time on it. I sort of just I do what I do what I have to get done, and then I sort of go off and do my own thing after that. So I haven't really paid too much attention to it all. Finally, do you like racing games, and if so, what do you like? I'm a Need for Speed fan myself. Yeah, there's quite a few Need for Speed games I played. My favourite one thing I hate about Need for Speed actually is the multiplayer. I just don't get how single player you play and you have loads of AI cars, AI cars like rolling around with you, and then you play multiplayer and then suddenly there can only be 2 cars on the road. I hate that. Because if you're like so much better than your friend, then it's so boring. You're just doing 5 laps on your own. It's like, why can't they have the computer and your friend racing at the same time? I don't get that. My favourite one was Need for Speed Hot Pursuit, where you had the police chase you. Hands down favourite. I loved that game. That was so much fun. I didn't own it, but my friend did. So I actually used to call him up and ask to hang out just so I could go around there and play the game. Bit of a dick move, I know, but I loved the game. Darkman1Fest said, I know you don't like Daredevil, but this one's pretty cool. I would recommend you try it out. Daredevil, The Man Without Fear, by Frank Miller and John Romita Jr. is the origin story, and that's if you have time. I believe, actually, I'm not sure, but that might have been the one that came in my graphic novel series. Hang on, let me have a look. Oh, don't fall down on me. Oh no, that's Guardian Devil. That's not the one. Oh wait, there's another one here. No, that's Born Again. No, I've got Guardian Devil and Born Again. They're the 2 Daredevil ones I have that's come with the graphic novel series. But yeah, as I say, I'm not a huge... I've got so many things. I've still got to read World War Hulk. I read the first 2 Planet Hulks. I really want to read World War Hulk now. So I've got so much stuff I need to catch up on right now. So as I say, I'm not a huge fan of Daredevil, to be honest. It probably is good, I just don't see myself going to read it. Yusuf Yasir said, Dave, quick question. In ME1 you chose Anderson to be the counsellor, but in ME3 Udina's counsellor. How come? It's because Anderson was the counsellor and Udina was like his second in charge, because Udina was always the ambassador anyway, so he was always kind of like the second in charge. Well, he was number one in charge, and then once they actually got a seat on the council, then he became second in charge because there was a higher position created. Well, because Anderson at the start of Mass Effect 3 decided to stay on Earth and fight the Resistance, they needed somebody to then represent the humans in the council. So being the ambassador, Udina then got promoted up to councillor. I mean, councillor. I mean, they didn't really state that in the game. I think they just left it to interpretation because it makes sense. Without Udina there, someone has to go up. It's just like you got the chief and then you got the deputy. Or if the chief of police gets killed or is off somewhere else, the deputy's now in charge. It kind of went like that way. I mean, that way it counts for both ways. Whoever you choose in Mass Effect 1, the third in Mass Effect 3, it's always going to be Udina running the show. Which I think is one of the reasons why a lot of people got a little bit PO'd at Mass Effect 3, because a lot of decisions you made didn't impact. It didn't, when it got to Mass Effect 3, it kind of didn't really change that much, you know. But anyway, Michael Eyston said, "Hey Captain, I've never read a new Fantastic Four comic, only the Stan Lee ones, and I'm thinking of starting. Could you help me out by recommending a series for me? I prefer something for 2013, 2014, because I want to try something newer. Thanks, Dave. If you answer this, you're awesome, man." Oh, thank you very much. Well, you're thanking me for answering this question, but unfortunately I'm not sure if there is actually anything I can suggest. I've read Fantastic Four, but nothing new. All the Fantastic Fours I've read are the ones that I've read online for part of the Marvel Digital Comics subscription thing I've got. So a lot of the ones I've read are a lot old, like from 2000 onwards. And then I think about 2011, 2012 I stopped reading them. So unfortunately there's nothing new that I can really suggest to you, to be honest. I wouldn't know. I mean, if as long as they're carrying on along the same way, Spider-Man, Fantastic Four, X-Men have always been stuff I've enjoyed. Fantastic Four got a little bit boring for me after a while, but I mean X-Men and Spider-Man, you're always good to go there. So unfortunately, I don't know. There's nothing I can really suggest, to be honest with you, because as I say, I haven't read anything current for a long time, so I don't know what would be the best thing to pick up. But if I was you, I'd suggest looking on the Marvel website, the Marvel Digital Comics website, because there's a few comics they let you read, like the first couple of pages for free, so it can give you like a taster, so you don't have to subscribe or buy anything. You can just read a couple of pages for free for a few comics. So I mean, you can try doing that. It might give you a taste of what you want to read. But it's the best I can really suggest at the moment, because as I say, I haven't read anything current recently at all. Giovanni said, Dave, I'm also getting closer to having my own channel and was wondering what program do you use to edit your videos. I use Sony Vegas Pro 9. It's actually what I'm using to record this right now, actually. Sony Vegas Pro 9. I paid the full amount for it, which I can't even remember what that is now, but obviously there's a much newer version of this out. I've had this for about 3 or 4 years now. There's a much newer version out than this, but yeah, it works fine. I mean, if you're just literally just getting your video and you're just putting it in and you're rendering it and uploading it, then something like Live Windows Movie Maker should work fine. I've heard people use that, and that comes free with your desktop and like Microsoft anyway. So I've heard people use that. It should be fine. I personally like Sony Vegas. It's an actual editing software, so it gives you a lot more variety of things you could do, like with some more of my in-depth editing I've done. But yeah, I've heard people can just use Sony Vegas, Windows Live Movie Maker, and that works fine. But if you're willing to actually pay out and buy something, then yeah, Sony Vegas, I've had no problems with it. I can't fault it at all. It's had some rendering issues when it's come to rendering big files, but can't really say I have any issues with it, to be honest. And Seb Carrasco also said, Seb, I haven't spoken to you in a while, actually. You mentioned doing Ultimate Alliance 1 co-op, but what about Ultimate Alliance 2 co-op? Come on, broski, you know you want to. You're right, I do want to. As I said earlier, I really do feel like playing Ultimate Alliance 2 again. Yeah, I mentioned Ultimate Alliance 1 co-op. I still don't know where I stand on that. As I say, a lot of people would need to be involved to get that thing going, so it depends when we are all free. I need to bring that up. I need to find out what's actually happening with that. And if that all goes well, there might be an Ultimate Alliance 2 co-op with it too. Who knows? Who knows? Has to see how Ultimate Alliance 1 goes first. And finally, another question from Seb. Also, is there a game that you've always wanted to 100% but ended up not being able to? I don't think it's ever been a question of me not being able to. I think it's just a question of me getting bored. I remember playing San Andreas a hell of a lot. Trying to get all the hidden packages and all the stunt jumps and completing every single thing I could complete. I remember doing that for San Andreas. I got really into that. Crash Bandicoot Warped, I did 100%. That's it might sound odd, but I remember I spent a whole day just playing that game, getting platinum on all the relic challenges, and I was very proud of that. Back in the day when I actually played Crash Bandicoot Warped. Obviously that was many years ago, but at the time I remember being very proud of that. 100% of the game, not one thing left to do. All the secrets found, I found all the gems and then found out a way of getting it. And back then, obviously I couldn't just look online because I had dial-up connection, so I used to have to ask my mum if I could use the internet for an hour. So I didn't even look online or anything. I found it out all on my own. So I was very proud at 100% in Crash Bandicoot Warped. But no, I plan on one day maybe 100% in Mass Effect, because I still see myself playing that game even when I finish the walkthrough, like the story. I still want to play like Adept and Engineer and Soldier and all these other classes as well. So, yeah, oh God, I need a drink. My throat's dying. But no, I can't think. I think San Andreas always wanted to, but it's never been a choice of not being able to. It's more just a choice of I get bored or I start playing a different game. But I think Crash Bandicoot Warp's the only one I can think of where I actually 100%ed the whole thing. So, speaking of 100%ing the whole thing, that is this episode of Captain's Quarters, 100% done and dusted. And I said I was going to try and make this one a quick one, and we've been going for nearly an hour and 20 minutes now. So, as somebody said once before, this is their best movie ever. And I appreciate it. The Captain Dave movie. I think that's what we should start calling these Captain's Quarters. Oh man, I think we're going to outdo the Fast and Furious with how many sequels we've got going on here with this one. But anyway, we've been going on for some time, so I'm going to round this one off here. So, as always, if you guys have had any questions or comments that you feel you want to answer for the end of this one, or answer any questions that I've put out to you guys, or any questions or anything that you just want to ask me, anything at all, feel free to leave it in the comments section of this video and I'll answer it next time I do a Captain's Quarters. But as for now, my name's Captain Dave, this has been the Captain's Quarters, and I'll catch you guys later.